October was an unusual month for weather in Los Angeles. The city had heat waves and then some unexpected rain. Nick Bauer reports on how the early rain clouded one business that counts on good weather.
The Woodman Avenue Market is usually busy, at least for a Tuesday evening event. But one legitimate day of rainfall sent business into the gutters. Carol Pierce and Melanie Mamacross travel from Mojave to sell their award-winning goat cheese.
Pumpkin, lemon and lavender.
And even though they say sales were less than a third of their average, they were still having plenty of fun.
This is a neat little weekday market. We enjoy coming to this market.
Sergio Banuelos runs this tamale booth with his wife, but they spent the majority of the day watching the rain from the relative safety of their tent.
Today is really slow. Yeah, the rain is not good for the farmers market.
The would-be crowd was meager at best, but the few patrons brave enough to endure the inclement weather avoided major downpours. And some even found time to take in a relaxing Thai massage. Jiamyang Tashi has been visiting farmers markets for years selling his brand of therapy, but only recently joined this location. Although he would not speak on camera because of his English, he says he is confident his business will continue to grow at this location despite a slow start. Some farmers like Philip, who specialize in organic fruits and jams, admit they are here more from obligation than from dedication.
I'm here already. We have to be here, rain or shine.
The market is available to those working both days and nights. And even on rainy days like this, committed vendors are still here battling a struggling economy. In Sherman Oaks, I'm Nick Bauer for Valley View News.
More cities are looking for green ways to cut their energy costs, and Palmdale is one of them. Jill De Leon reports on the city's plan to make energy production a breeze.
It is easily felt, sometimes heard. And if you look at the right things, it can also be seen. Wind. The city of Palmdale is using this abundant resource to cut electricity costs. Small wind turbines will be installed in shopping centers and parking lots around the city.
We do have a lot of windy days, and so if they're able to tap and harness that energy, it'll make life more affordable.
The energy-saving plan calls for turbines to be no more than 60 feet tall, erected on top of existing light poles, and match the poles in color and design. Palmdale's only Sam's Club already has its plans in the works. A 17-turbine plot will be built on the warehouse's parking lot. Engineers say once the turbines are built in this empty lot behind me, they'll be able to generate 76,000 annual kilowatt hours of energy. This is equivalent to enough energy to power 6 single-family homes up to an entire year. For Sam's Club, this means it will save about 5% on its energy bill. Though locals are excited about the city's move to go green.
If you have wind turbines running, helping you with your electricity bill, it will certainly make the Antelope Valley an appealing place to live in and not having to pay a lot of money on utilities.
Some worry about how it could affect the look of their town.
I hope that they think about the aesthetics. I think I need to kind of see it.
Still, both men agree the pros will blow away the cons.
Our telephone poles aren't pretty, and we need to be realistic about the fact that this is a way we can generate power.
It is making it a more appealing place health-wise because you're looking at tapping into these green energies as opposed to building power plants that will pollute the air and create other issues.
I'm Jill De Leon reporting in Palmdale for Valley View News.
The film with the little budget is still a big hit at the box office. Paranormal Activity has overwhelmed its competition and has Paramount Pictures calling it a miracle. The movie even beat out Lionsgate's big-budget film Saw 6 during its opening weekend. Paramount debuted Paranormal Activity in a dozen college towns more than a month ago. The film is now playing in almost 2,000 theaters nationwide. Paranormal Activity is expected to bring in more than $100 million. If so, this horror flick will end up as Paramount's most profitable film since 2005.
Now let's turn to Nick Bauer for sports. The Angels have been watching the World Series and the New York Yankees are playing in it. For what? Nick, what do you got?
Well, believe it or not, Joe, the Yankees are going back to the World Series for the 40th time. The Los Angeles Angels came close but couldn't quite make it to the World Series. The end came in New York as the Yankees won the ALCS in Game 6. Yankee outfielder Johnny Damon hits a 2-run RBI single to give the Yankees a 2-1 lead in the 4th inning. Yankees outfielder Melky Cabrera bunts, but Angels pitcher Scott Kazmir gets the ball and overthrows first base, giving the Yankees a 4-2 lead in the 8th inning. The Yankees closer Mariano Rivera comes in and strikes out Gary Matthews Jr. to get his 2nd save of the series and ice it for the Yankees. The Cal State Northridge women's soccer team is in the playoffs after defeating UC Irvine 1-0. Matador forward Heidi Farron scored the goal on an assist by defender Jasmine Pratt. Freshman goalkeeper Cynthia Jacobo continues to shine and made 2 saves for her 4th straight shutout over a league opponent. This is the first time CSUN has done that. In other soccer news, the men's team struggled in the second half as they fell to Cal Poly 3-1. Matador's lone goal was scored on a header by forward Cameron Sims. Midfielder Seung-Hun Kim got the assist, his 5th of the season. Matador women's volleyball team was looking to improve its record against Big West rival UC Davis. CSUN's Angela Hupp had a career-high 12 kills, but the Aggies won all 3 sets anyway. The Matadors' record dropped to 7-15 overall and 3-6 in the Big West. The Matadors will finish up their homestand with UC Santa Barbara. The San Diego Chargers made a big statement as they dominated the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. Chargers quarterback Phillip Rivers rolls out to his left and finds receiver Vincent Jackson for a 10-yard touchdown. The score is 14-0 at that point. Chargers pour it on as Rivers finds running back Darren Sproles for a 58-yard touchdown later in the game. The Chargers go on to win 37-7 and improve their record to 3-3. The Oakland Raiders, coming off their 2nd win of the season, trying to make it 2 in a row. The Jets up a touchdown early on Mark Sanchez. He runs it in from the 2-yard line. He gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and caps it off with a slam dunk. Jamarcus Russell trying to get 1 score, and he throws a pick, and this was the story for the Raiders. They had 4 turnovers in the game, and then Sanchez again, 35-yard strike for the touchdown. The former USC quarterback had to eat near the end of the game. He said he was feeling kind of woozy, and all they had to give him was a hot dog. The Pittsburgh Steelers met the Minnesota Vikings in a matchup of 2 of the league's best teams. Now to the 4th quarter, the Steelers leading 13-10, but the Vikes threatening deep in Steeler territory until this Brett Favre fumble gets scooped up by Lamar Woodley, who romps 77 yards for the score. Pittsburgh goes up 20-10, but don't blink. On the ensuing kickoff return, rookie speedster Percy Harvin finds some room through the defense and through Jeff Reed on the way to Harvin's 2nd touchdown return of the season. The Vikings' last chance, trailing by 3, Favre trying to do it again, but he gets picked off by Kieran Fox on this pass to Chester Taylor. Pittsburgh hands Minnesota its 1st loss of the season. The Saints are trying to stay undefeated in Miami, taking on the Dolphins, but it's the Finns setting the tone early. Ricky Williams takes the pitch and jets 68 yards up the field for the score. Saints needing to get some momentum, and they get it on a crazy interception by one of their most veteran players, Darren Sharper. New Orleans fought back to leave it in the hands of Drew Brees from the 2-yard line. He pushes his way into the end zone to give the Saints the win. New Orleans remains the only undefeated team left in the NFC. Coming up after the break, a film festival highlights Latino work on the silver screen, and Oklahoma church throws a party for the homeless.